Every year, there is a quarterback prospect who is a complete wild card. In 2020, we had Jordan Love and Jalen Hurts. In 2021, we had Zach Wilson and Trey Lance. While Jalen Hurts is leading the Philadelphia Eagles to a Super Bowl appearance, our other three quarterbacks had the stench of being potential busts for their own respective reasons. Entering the 2023 draft, I believe Will Levis fits the description of this year's wild card quarterback perfectly. A quarterback who isn't considered the top prospect at his position, doesn't have crazy video game type numbers in college, and the key to donning them the wild card title, you must have some outstanding physical tools. Today, I'm going to show you what makes Will Levis a potential top 10 pick, and I'll also show you why Levis could fall into the middle to late of the first round. Although Will Levis has some major flaws or weaknesses, one thing that you cannot knock the guy for is his ability to handle pressure. Dating back to 2021, his offensive line and his weapons were really talented. They were really stacked at the positions. His offensive line left for the draft. He had Wan'Dale Robinson, who went to the Giants as an early pick. He lost all his weapons and his offensive line. So from a year where he was very protected and had a lot of time to come off of play actions and make downfield throws, going to 2022, he was a completely different quarterback and he had to learn how to deal with pressure. And I think he handled it pretty great. Here's a play where I think Levis handles the pressure really well. Here, they're going to send 7. Some are going to come on a little bit of a delayed blitz, but they're coming. They're coming right up the middle, and Levis has to get this ball out quick. I like that Levis looks through his progressions, finds the guy in a timely manner, hits him on the curl, and the guy has a chance to break the tackle and go for a long touchdown. Kept his eyes up and made a throw. And here we jump right into another play where Levis has the ability to pump fake right, get his hips and his body turned back to the middle of the field, and find a receiver wide open over the middle of the field while taking pressure right in his face up the middle. Takes a big shot, but delivers a strike downfield for a long touchdown. And here's another great throw from Levis. He's going to do one of his signature plays, which is simply a play action where he hits the receiver over the middle on a deep dig. But here you see the instant pressure he gets. But Willis doesn't bail out. He doesn't fade away. He steps into the defender and makes a strong throw over the middle for a great completion. A complaint I have about Ohio State quarterback C.J. Stroud is I think he bails out on pressure and fades. Levis, even though he has a huge arm, which I'll show you here shortly, he doesn't back away from pressure. He steps into it and makes big plays. Now let me show you what makes Will Levis pop on film. Although I like that he stands in the pocket and can handle pressure, the thing that makes NFL scouts blush over his film is the fact that he has a huge arm. And I feel like I say it all the time with these quarterbacks that, oh my God, these guys have a big arm. Look at this throw from Will Levis. This receiver's not his first read. He throws it way too late. But the fact that Levis can go from middle of the field left and then back right, decide to throw this ball 50 yards downfield really late in progression. It's probably not awesome that he did it late. I'd like that to be his first read. But the fact that he has the arm strength to make this throw makes Levis stand out compared to the other quarterback prospects. Now let me show you more skills that Levis possesses that he could just add to his portfolio. To go along with Levis handling pressure well, his big arm, I think legitimately Will Levis has one of the quickest releases I've ever seen. And that might be an exaggeration to some people, but I'm being completely truthful. I think he legitimately, without a doubt, has one of the quickest releases I've ever seen. And I've been making scouting videos for the past 5 seasons. The dude's release is legit quick. With Levis's ability to have a quick trigger and a strong arm, that makes him virtually impossible to stop against zone defenses. He fits it in tight windows consistently. He knows where to go with the ball. Here I'm showing you just a simple route over the middle. But what does Levis do? He looks left, he goes back over the middle, and without a hitch, he can just pull the quick trigger, fit it right in the gap between the 2 linebackers and the safety up top, hit his tight end over the middle, and get a touchdown. And I'll show you more plays of Levis doing this consistently. Here's another play where Levis is just calm in the pocket. He waits, and he finds a guy over the middle. And you're going to see from the All-22 film here, he waits, and he fits it right behind that linebacker. Right behind the linebacker, but right in front of the safety because he has the strong arm where he can zip it in, fits it nice and low for a nice completion. And here are 2 more plays where you really get to see Levis's quick trigger. Here, he comes off the play action, quick slant over the middle for a touchdown. He just turns and fires, and it's quick and easy. Here against Florida, a little off balance, but you can see he has the big arm, but he doesn't have to make it a bullet. He puts a little touch on it, but it's quick. He turns, knows his guy's open, and just throws it. I have found the perfect play that encapsulates what makes Will Levis a wild card quarterback, and for this reason and this reason specifically. Although he has the big arm, the quick trigger, why isn't this pass a touchdown? Sure, the receiver should have caught it, and he should be an easy completion, but Levis throws it 100 miles an hour and throws it on the back shoulder of his receiver, throws it behind the receiver for no reason at all. This should be out in front, or at least right on his chest, to where number 8 should catch it and fall into the end zone. And plays like this, despite the quick trigger and the strong arm, his accuracy is inconsistent. So let's talk about the inconsistency. Now, I'm not saying he never makes an accurate pass, because that's not true, but it comes in spurts. So here, once again, zone beater, sees his receiver, throws it quick, but it's just behind him. But then we jump to the very next play, and Levis handles the pressure well. He goes back to one of his signature throws, the deep dig over the middle, and he hits the receiver perfectly in stride to where he can catch it, run, fits in a tight window, and gets a good gain. And here's another play that should just be super routine and easy, right? This is a simple throw. It's just a slant. But yet, Levis throws it really hard and behind his receiver, which makes the pass get tipped up, popped in the air, and of course picked off. These throws need to be routine and easy at the NFL level, and if Levis can't do it, then he's going to struggle. And here's a pass that should have been a touchdown. Levis is going to get the design QB rollout out to the right, and the receiver's wide open for an easy walk-in touchdown, but Levis just throws it once again really, really hard, which I have no problem with. But if you're going to do that, you have to put it on the numbers. And here, he doesn't. He throws it on his back shoulder again behind the receiver, and he can't come up with the catch. Levis has to put this out in front, or at least, once again, right on the numbers, so the receiver can catch it and fall into the pylon for a touchdown. Here's another inexcusable miss by Will Levis. Here, they're going to come on the jet motion, jet sweep, play action pass, where the running back's going to come out of the backfield up the seam, and the running back's open. But Levis just overthrows it by a mile, and he gets bailed out, really. He gets lucky. The safety should have picked this off easily. In the NFL, you don't get lucky like this. And if you make a pass like this, Jets fans that draft Will Levis to take over for Zach Wilson are going to go, oh my God, did we just draft Zach Wilson again? And now I want to show you how the inconsistency carries over into his downfield throws. Here, he has a one-on-one matchup, and this is actually the start of a good throw. I wanted to show you what he could do when he actually makes a good throw, and that's nice. It has air under the ball. It's not just a bullet, laser downfield. He puts air under it, and number 2 should have caught it, but it goes off his fingertips. Now, this is the play. This is the play that makes scouts go, yep, this is why he's a first-round pick. This is why I grade him so highly. He sidesteps pressure, replants his feet, looks left, goes against his body, which is so ill-advised. But Will Levis can pull it off because he has the crazy arm. And here, he throws that, 40, 50 yards across his body into the end zone on a, I would say, perfect throw? That's awesome. And here's a deep shot that dates back to 2021. Levis is going to come off the play action, wait in the pocket, and throw a strike downfield. But I like that he has air under the ball. It's once again not just a line drive, bullet pass down the field. He could put some touch and some air under it. Wan'Dale Robinson runs right under the pass, perfectly in stride, and gets a great gain. And here's another great pass from Will Levis. Here he draws back, and he gets the ball out pretty quick and hits Robinson downfield after running a wheel route. Once again, he puts air under this ball. It's not just a bullet laser down the field with his big arm. He puts air into the ball, and it falls right into the hands of Robinson in a great spot. Now that I showed you some great plays from Levis, let me show you some bad downfield throws. Here, Levis is going to come off a play action, and he has Wan'Dale Robinson open. But the problem is, he overthrows him, and he's aiming too far downfield in the end zone, overthrows him. This throw needs to be near the sideline and lead Robinson towards the 10-yard marker, towards the pylon, to where Robinson, who's going across the field, could run under this ball, not throw it over his shoulder and make a really hard, impossible catch. So on this play against Ole Miss, Will Levis is going to come off the play action, and he's going to bomb this ball while getting hit. And wow, I mean, honestly, he throws this ball from the 10-yard line to the opposite 35, but he overthrows it. You know, as much as I want to blush and I want to say, oh my God, look at the big arm, he can't overthrow this pass because this is a touchdown. This is a touchdown, or at least a really, really, really long completion, but Levis overthrows it. And now here's a deep pass where I go, Will Levis, where's the big arm? Here, you underthrow this ball by a ton. I mean, the receiver is literally waiting on it. He has to basically stop and wait for this ball to come down out of the sky. You know, I love that he can throw this pass off balance with, enough force to get it downfield, but why not step into this throw and deliver a strike to where the receiver can catch it in stride and get into the end zone? I mean, he has 10 yards on the nearest defender. This should be an easy walk-in touchdown. It's funny because when I try showing you negative plays of Will Levis, it usually comes out a little positive. Here, he comes off the play action and he just shows off his crazy arm. It's just this throw's easy for him. He steps into it and he delivers a strike downfield. But we have to look at the location of the pass. The accuracy's off. He throws it towards the sideline, back shoulder of the receiver, to where the receiver has to adjust and do a toe drag for no reason, which causes this play to get challenged. This should never be a challengeable play. This should be an easy walk-in touchdown. So now I want to show you what Will Levis is athletically as a quarterback, as a rusher, as an improviser. And that's kind of what he is. He improvises pretty well, but he doesn't look to escape all the time. But he will when he needs to, and that's the one thing I admire, where I've been comparing him to CJ Stroud in a lot of this video. CJ Stroud never looks to run. It's very rare that Stroud actually looks to escape from the pocket and get out and actually move. So I'm showing you a lot of clips of Levis actually running and making good plays with his feet. But the one thing I don't want you to get confused about is he's not that athletic. Sure, can he move? Can he run around a little bit? Of course he can. But I don't want you to think at the next level that he's going to be some dynamic rusher, because it's not going to happen. Sure, he can run, and I would say he has good top end speed when he gets going, but he's not very quick. He's not going to shake and bake you in the open field. He's a Ryan Tannehill-ish runner, but the one thing I do appreciate is his effort. He really will dive for the end zone and give up his body, which maybe not smart for a quarterback, but I can at least appreciate it. And I think I have the perfect play that shows off what Will Levis is as a rusher. So here's a trick play where Levis is going to throw to the running back, and the running back's going to throw back to Levis across the field as a receiver, and Levis is going to catch the pass and try to get into the end zone, obviously. But he can't really do a lot with the ball. I mean, he has open space, and he runs right into the back of his lineman because he can't start and stop like an actual receiver or really a dynamic rusher. He just kind of catches it, and you'll see here he runs right into the back of his lineman for no reason and just kind of gets tackled and brought down. It's good effort. He's a little athletic, but he's not dynamic. And the last thing that I want to mention about Will Levis was the fact that he didn't throw a wide variety of routes at Kentucky. Now, the difference in seasons, like I mentioned before, from the 2021 season compared to the 2022 season was pretty astronomical, to be honest. There were two completely different offenses, and because of a really bad offensive line was the main issue. But when you watch Levis's game, it was a ton of play action, a ton of curls, a lot of bubble screens, a ton of play action, that inside dig route that I showed you plenty of times over the middle, and the occasional deep shot, deep crosser. But in 2022, that route on the deep cross never really happened, honestly. It truthfully didn't happen very much. So I just want to know and hopefully see Will Levis at the next level, maybe at his pro day in the combine, if he throw out routes with good timing and velocity and good footwork. Because to be honest, at Kentucky, he didn't do it too much. Not saying he can't, but it's just something that I would like to see. So if we take a quick look at the 2023 NFL draft order, the number 2 overall pick is the Houston Texans, and I think it's pretty much a lock-in guarantee. They're going to take Bryce Young out of Alabama, so that makes sense. Where Will Levis really starts to get, put into play is number 4 overall, the Indianapolis Colts. I think the Colts will probably take CJ Stroud because they need a quarterback that can play right now, because they don't even really have anybody on the roster that's serviceable. So I think they want an NFL-ready quarterback, a more day one starter ready, not a project quarterback. And I think that's what Levis might be initially. Where Levis really comes into play starts at number 7, the Vegas Raiders. The Raiders, they need a quarterback. They lost Derek Carr. Unless they sign Aaron Rodgers, I think their only option is to either go with, Jared Stidham or maybe draft Will Levis. And then you have teams like at number 9 overall, the Carolina Panthers, that definitely need a quarterback. Number 11, the Tennessee Titans. I know they drafted Malik Willis, but they obviously don't like him at all so far. They are very underwhelmed. So maybe Levis, falls to number 11 and they take him there. Number 13, the New York Jets, I think is the real possibility. 13, they're tired of Zach Wilson. They need a quarterback. Will Levis makes a lot of sense. And lastly, when we're looking, 16 and 19, Washington and Tampa Bay, 2 teams that are desperate for quarterbacks at this point. And when you're a true wild card quarterback like Levis is, hey, anywhere in the first round is possible. A team might trade up to get you, or you might fall into the back of the first. But honestly, who knows? But whatever team decides to take the plunge, take the risk, and take Will Levis in the first round, I think can get an absolute star in this league. Because Will Levis has the physical tools. I think he has the mental capacity to do it. As long as he can improve on his accuracy, I think Will Levis has a real shot in the NFL.